Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Earbones podcast, the only podcast where one Ghost Rider might be too many. I am Brandon, the ears of the Earbones.
And I'm Stick, the bones of Earbones.
What do you want to start off with here? Certain book you want to talk about first?
Trying to think if something blew my... Oh, yeah. Either Fantastic Four or Uncanny Avengers.
Whichever one. Yeah, you pick whatever one you want to
Whatever one's closer to the top in that pile of...
It looks like Fantastic Four.
We'll go with that, then.
What was your overview of this book? How did you feel?
It was fantastic. It set up the story, and it wasn't just like a cookie-cutter Fantastic Four intro story, I thought. Fing Fang Doom was in it.
Fing Fang Foom.
Fing Fang Foom. And the art was just fantastic.
I liked it a lot, I did. I the same thing that you said, though. I like how they didn't say how they became the Fantastic Four, and they didn't go through the generic entrance of every Fantastic Four book.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I'm also confused. I don't know what's going on.
I think, well, Sue's writing a letter to...
I get that. But, I mean, it opens up and we have Reed being a bumbling idiot in the lab. Ben's in jail. Johnny's just being like a playboy, a player out in the bar. And then Sue's like crying in a spaceship alone.
Yeah, that's the events
That's the gist.
That's what's happening in the end. And this is what leads up to all that.
I know, but I wish I don't know. Sometimes
I like that. That makes me want to read, because that was actually interesting.
Sometimes I don't like that way of writing. I mean, I think it'll work in this, but...
It's really heavy foreshadowing. I get it, but...
I mean, we have Johnny as a recording artist now?
Yeah, I thought he was that. Some type of showman.
And, am I wrong in remembering that Valeria is in Latveria?
Yeah, with Doom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that about? We don't know?
I was going to ask you if I missed something at the last Fantastic Four issue, the end of the last volume.
I thought the same thing, and I don't know. I didn't remember anything about it. Because I thought the same thing as I was reading
Then they must be going to be getting to it, but...
And the FF is still in the Baxter building.
Are they?
You remember, they came rolling in? The kids were arguing about something?
Oh, they are. I thought you meant like
I don't know.
Scott
I don't mean
them.
No,
okay.
I don't even know where they are. But correct me if I'm wrong. My one overall feeling of this book is that it feels closer to continuity, maybe? It feels closer to what we know, to normal, would be the easiest way to explain it. The last Fantastic Four book was just so out there.
Yeah, and plus that whole last Fantastic Four book, that whole premise of it only happening in 4 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. It was faulted from the beginning.
Yeah, it was something. I really like their new costumes. I like the orange.
I thought it was red.
It's like red.
I guess it's both.
It's like red-orange.
I mean, I feel like Thing doesn't wear anything anymore. He used to wear like a full bodysuit.
He wears that little
It's going to turn into just like a Speedo, and then he's just going to be, well, I don't have any genitalia, so...
I like that he made up with his girlfriend.
Oh, I did like that a lot, yes. I remember that. He,
I can't remember her. Alicia?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her
The
name.
blind woman. And she has to, like, rub on his face. That was a great moment.
I always liked them.
And then at the end here, we have something bursting out of one of their vaults, maybe? A gateway, it said?
I thought it was the Annihilus Zone or whatever.
The negative zone?
Negative Zone.
See, I don't know. To me, that doesn't look like an annihilation wave.
It doesn't now that you say that.
It just looks like weird aliens. But apparently that's what's leading up to all those events.
But it makes me want to keep reading.
I'm going to keep reading it. I wish it wasn't $3.99.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I recommend it.
Yeah, I recommend it.
I don't know if
too.
they can still call themselves the world's greatest comic magazine, though.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
They've been doing that since ever. And I don't know if they can do that anymore. Next, we'll talk about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sure.
I'm just going to lay down what I thought of this, and you let me know.
Go for it.
This book is worthless if you're not reading Uncanny X-Men or The Trial of Jean Grey.
Exactly. I looked and I saw part 4 of 6. I was like, well, what happened in the other 3 parts? Because I don't know.
We read one.
Yes, we did read
one came in
you're
this.
right, but still.
The art was nice.
The art was very nice.
And the part with Corsair and Scott actually got to me a little bit. I liked it.
It was fantastic. And the way they're drawn on that page,
yeah.
I think that is fantastic. Like, I like Kitty and Star-Lord kicking it off.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But all in all, it felt like the Guardians of the Galaxy were just along for the ride. This wasn't their book. It got commandeered by the X-Men. And Brian Michael Bendis said, we'll take care of this book, guys. You guys take a rest.
Nothing really happened. Other than Corsair and Cyclops and Jean Grey finally going on trial.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, I mean, Jean Grey finally saw what she did as the Phoenix, though.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
That's true.
I mean, and it's always cool to see Gladiator. But I don't care. I don't care about the trial of Jean Grey.
I think the Phoenix has been overdone.
I don't know about the Phoenix being overdone. I don't care about this trial of Jean Grey. I don't care that... Why does Brian Michael Bendis have to... Every book he writes has to be this crazy story that never does anything?
It's just
They
Bendis'
all
writing.
have to be intertwined, and they all have to be in cahoots with each other, and they all have to blow simultaneously.
He should go write for DC then.
He should. It's still going on, isn't it? A book you're not on, Adventures of Superman, number 10, as you can see with its cover, it is very childish looking.
Yes.
There's two stories in here. The first one, and they're both in kind of built around a Letters to Superman storyline.
Oh.
Because these are out of continuity, just individual stories. And the first one is even the art is cartoony. It's very childish. It seems like it's aimed at children. It looks like an Archie book, I'm going to be honest.
It does look like an Archie book.
But, I mean, it's still a good thing.
Or a Pixar movie.
The second one, the art is a lot better. But it still seems it's aimed at a child. He goes and helped... The whole thing has this sublinear plot about he's reading a letter from this girl who has cancer and talks about how he gives her strength because she's fighting an evil and he's fighting evils all the time. He goes and visits her. It's a nice story. But if you're not a monster Superman fan like I am, not worth it. Not worth it. Let's talk about Deadpool.
Deadpool was pretty damn good.
I love how they're humanizing Deadpool.
I think that's the most important part. Like, they're getting away from just the outlandish, annoying, over-the-top humor.
Which is not what he's always been. Way did that. Way drug Deadpool through the mud for his own games.
And for some reason, that's what caught on, though.
That's what people love. Yeah, the joke after joke after joke. But I'm glad they finally are making this a legitimate story. And the way they're humanizing him is perfect. Because you can tell he's still kind of a psychopath.
Yeah, and he's reluctant to, like, realize that he has feelings.
Yeah.
But...
it was interesting seeing the future self Deadpool mentally.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that.
I imagine it'll come up eventually. How about the part when he was utilizing the Avengers and the X-Men's powers in his head?
In his head.
It's pretty fantastic.
To save, can't remember her name. The Black Shield agent.
Yeah, Agent Preston. Agent Preston.
That is it.
And then at the end, she finally
gets her life model decoy.
Yes, but she's still with Deadpool, it seems.
Yeah. I wonder if that's really her.
I don't think it is.
Or it's just him.
I think it's going to be his coping mechanism. Which I'm okay with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They talked about getting away from the voices. I can deal with this.
Yeah, the voices were... It got confusing sometimes when you have, like, 3 different people talking.
Even though they were different colors.
Yes.
This pink and yellow is easy to tell apart.
Yes.
And then Crossbones comes entering at the end. And that's been being foreshadowed for issue after issue now. I loved it, though.
So hopefully it just keeps getting better.
I mean, as long as it doesn't get worse, I'm fine. Because it's at a point right now where it's really good.
It's solid. I don't
have anything to complain about.
And I feel like I get a whole story in each issue.
Yeah, yeah. Black Science number 4. You're not reading Black Science. A person I don't care about gets left behind and dies, I guess.
That's sad.
And then a bounty hunter shows up.
Oh, Boba Fett.
I didn't have enough invested into the characters. I'm still struggling to figure out who they are. But I love the artwork. I love the way Remender's writing it. I don't have enough invested in the characters at this point to care. It's definitely not going anywhere because I really do enjoy it. But
how much is it?
$3.50. So it's 49 cents cheaper. You read The Flash?
I did read The Flash. Really liked the Dead Man appearance.
Possessed by Dead Man. I did like the little team up thing. I have no idea who the Sing guy is at the end. When he busts in, he says, "Sing, what did you do?"
He is, I believe, someone that was possessed by that evil spirit ghost thing.
But
I don't think they know that yet.
How does Dead Man know who he is? Dead Man's the one who yells out to him, "Sing, what have you done?"
That's true, I didn't even think of that.
Because I had no idea who he was. I was lost.
Oh. Well, I just took it for what I thought it was.
I mean, that works. But after... I like this team. This team is doing it. Brian Bocello and Patrick Zerker. After we had the amazing runs with Francis Menopole and got be pissed off because I can't remember his name. Remember the Flash before, and it just seemed all flowy and everything.
Oh, the beautiful art.
Yeah, this is just it's holding up just as well.
Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about
as
this.
good as the art was in the last series, I mean, you can agree with me. The stories weren't the best. Some of them were lackluster.
The art held them up.
But this one, it's written well enough, and it's given us a more of a look at Barry Allen as opposed to just Flash.
I like that. I like seeing his detective side. And
Yes, I do too. And I like where it's going. I wish I knew who that Singh guy was. I thought I missed something. I'm glad you thought it was something else.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll explain it next issue, hopefully.
But they're at least progressing the story. The progression in the story was great. It moved quickly, we got through everything, and we see what's going on.
And Flash isn't bogged down by shitty crossovers every month. So
Agreed. Like every other DC book.
that's another reason why I really enjoy it. Like, I'm just getting the Flash story, and it's good.
Next book you want to talk about, Uncanny Avengers.
Wow.
And I've decided that we do this, and our books are already late. Like, our books come late, and then this is the next week. So I'm not holding back any spoilers.
That's understandable.
Because it's already been a week. If you keep up on... Most of the people that listen to this are only people who are going to keep up on comics.
Yeah, if you're not that interested, then you're not going to get it every month, you know?
And I'm just done holding them back. Cap's dead.
Cap is dead.
The world's destroyed.
The world is gone.
And Thor is just getting yelled at by his father.
And that, when Thor's on that other planet, really made me think of that other Thor book I was reading when he's on Earth with one arm. All sad it's gone.
Oh, yeah. The Thor God of Thunder book. The actual Thor book. See, I don't know, though. I just feel... It's just sad that none of this is going to matter.
I know.
You know it is.
But it's a good read, though. I mean...
It is.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see Cap getting killed.
I didn't see Cap get killed. I saw the world getting destroyed. That's the thing. I'm not surprised by Remender anymore. After reading Uncanny X-Force and knowing what he does, and then after... Probably since Scarlet Witch died. That was the point where I was like, well, this book doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, but I like to see how they make it not matter. Like, Kang's going to come into the picture sometime.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to bring it back into continuity and reset everything. But if you, at the end of this book, after the world's destroyed and Thor's kind of just sulking, it says, next, Planet X.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Is Thor making a new planet?
That'd
Does he
be
have that
awesome.
kind of power?
I don't think so.
But, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, and it's gorgeous. This guy, that exterminator blowing up the planet is a beautiful piece.
And
the Watcher just being disappointed.
Yes.
Awesome. When Cap died, though, it was a wonderful scene. It looked gorgeous with blood splatter.
I wasn't. I liked that it's kind of Wasp's fault for not manning up.
Yeah. I mean, I've always liked Grim Reaper, too.
I do. I like he was sick and twisted in this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he's always been sick and twisted.
I understand, but he wanted Wasp to just kill him.
Yeah.
But he knew she wouldn't.
I mean, actually, as soon as I saw Steve get disfigured in this, like get his face burnt,
yeah.
I kind of figured he was going to die. You got to either have a pretty Captain America or no Captain America. Those are your two options. But I like how Hulk had to hold the two like magnets together. That was pretty awesome.
I like Doom calling an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, this whole book, it is great, but like I said, I wish it meant something. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with any book, though. Every book out now, there's no repercussions on what happens.
Yeah.
Because they always have a back door out of it. Like, if somebody complains, oh, don't worry about it, guys. It didn't happen.
Yeah, but I could sit here and read Uncanny Avengers the whole way through and really enjoy the story, even if it doesn't matter. You know?
But see, when it does things like this, and like I know it's just going to go back to normal, I feel like it would be a better trade read.
That's true.
I'm not going to buy it.
I can give you that.
I'm probably not going to buy the trade, and I'm definitely not going to drop the book to buy the trade. But it would definitely read much better in a trade, because you kind of already know what's going to happen. Unless they surprise me and they're like, no, everybody's dead, guys. And then I'll be like, oh, fuck, Scarlet Witch is dead.
It's time for a reboot.
But then Captain America's dead, and then who else is dead? Who else did he kill? Rogue?
Rogue's dead.
I haven't seen Rogue since then, or Scarlet Witch since then, which gives a little bit to the
Wonder
universe.
Man's dead, isn't he?
Wonder Man killed himself, didn't he? So, like, he sacrificed himself to
Yeah,
open
he
the
did
thing?
something.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked it. It was just...
You're just being picky at this
I
point.
am being picky.
That's okay.
I love Remender, and I know what he could do, and I just wish they gave him the reins to something.
I wish they gave him, like Bendis power.
Like an event? You want them to give him a Bendis event?
Yeah, just with Bendis not anywhere even near it. He's not even allowed to look at the previews.
Well, as long as they give the same rights to him as, whatever you do, Bendis, don't worry about it. We'll follow through. Like with Age of Ultron. There's no way enough people was reading Age of Ultron at the end of it to support that book.
We really hate that book on here.
I'm passing it up right now. We cannot talk about this. Superior Spider-Man.
I enjoyed it.
First thing I want to say. The Carly Goblin in here, why is she spread eagle?
All the time. Every
time.
shot.
8 times I counted.
You counted them.
I counted. Well, it might have been 6. I might be exaggerating with 8.
It was probably 8.
But every goddamn drawing of her in here, she's spread eagle for no reason.
Yeah, I don't...
It just doesn't make any sense.
Like she's just standing, spread eagle.
Yes.
She's falling over, spread
It's
eagle.
like, hey, what are you doing? Spread eagle. You want to get a burger? Spread eagle. There was just no rhyme or reason for most of it. I mean, I understand when she's riding on that thing. You know, a
you
little
gotta
bit
balance
spread eagle.
your, weight distribution. I understand that, but
But art in this, amazing.
it was pretty good.
It definitely wasn't Ramos.
Yeah.
And I like the art when they were in Doc Ock's mind and Peter was going through the memories. And
Doc Ock's whole memory section was really...
And Peter came to the realization that he was Doc Ock.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I don't know. Like, this is another one of those books that I know it's going to happen already.
I know.
Like, I wish that I didn't know that Amazing was coming back.
They need to really calm down in the previews,
I don't even think it's that, because it could come out in previews and we wouldn't read it, but we read all the other comic news.
Yeah.
If we stayed away from all the other comic news, we probably wouldn't even know.
I stopped reading, sneak peeks and stuff.
Yeah, I don't read... Well, I was subscribed to previews for a while, as you know.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that. I try not to look forward at the newer series, but we have to look at it for what we want to subscribe to. Even though I found out that our service is a lot better than some, because some people have to order 2 months in advance.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, we got a week.
I know.
That's
If it's out by Monday, we're usually pretty good. But I mean, I loved every bit of this, and I'm interested to see what's going on with his what's his midget girlfriend's name? Little person girlfriend.
He's a little person girlfriend.
Where have you been? You haven't been reading this book?
I have. I don't. What are you talking about?
This little person.
I didn't even know
She's been a pivotal role in this book for 10 issues now.
I gloss over that.
They went out on dates. If he's on the Spidey outfit.
Okay.
If he's on the Spidey outfit, you're just fast forwarding. Oh, no Spidey outfit this page. Better go to the next one.
No, I just never paid attention to her.
How?
I don't know. I just
She met Aunt May.
the art wasn't good, so I just kind of
Man.
I just read the bubbles and
Well, it's like she's getting taken by one of the goblins, it seems, who has altering powers to alter her look now.
Mary Jane's stepping up to the plate.
That was awesome.
I was
awesome.
pretty pumped about that.
But then we have the next cover, 2099.
I knew you'd be pissed about that.
And is that J. Jonah?
No, that is his Goblin Slayers. He has
Yeah, but is that him in there?
I don't think it's him in there. I think it's just
A projection of him,
yeah.
maybe? Okay.
I believe. Because they're like the Spider Slayers.
Yeah. Well, I didn't read any Spider Slayer,
I read 2 issues.
but they gave me enough. They gave me enough context in here to get it. This cover's awesome, though.
It is.
And I like the chess references in the book when Mary Jane's like, "How's he gonna work without his pawns?" It was good. It was really good.
Nice. It was a nice little touch.
You want Superman?
Yes, I am.
First and foremost, cover's fantastic.
I know. I wish they did more covers like this.
I wish they did more covers that just broke up the regularity of them.
I want the frame covers back and checkerboard.
No,
Make it a thing.
we don't need checkerboard.
We do.
No, settle down.
Checkerboard borders.
I loved the art in this book.
It was very good.
The one thing that I remember, I don't even have to open the book up, is when he goes to that criminal and he's standing over them and the radiation, the red radiation of his eyes is shading everything around.
Yes.
Oh my God,
Yes.
is that beautiful. But, I mean, some of the faces are a little too Mark Silvestri for me. A little too many lines on them. A little too much Top Cow universe looking.
Bringing in the Top Cow.
But all in all, I loved the panel arrangements. I love the facial expressions. I just feel like there was a little too much. There's that scene.
It was fantastic.
There's just a little too much. I don't know. Like, Liefeld knows a little bit.
I wouldn't go that far.
But at the end of this, we have Starfire.
Starfire pops up.
What happened? Wasn't there a different Starfire? Like, a couple issues ago? Had that weird flaming head? It was like a dude?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe it was in Action Comics. I don't know. Either way, it looks like it's going to be Superman versus Starfire to save the planet.
Yeah, I liked her dialogue at the end there.
A little bit.
Yeah, your Kryptonian ignorance.
I'm not very familiar with Starfire, so I can't really say much.
I'm not really either.
I like where they're going and where they're taking the storyline of Clark and... What's her name? The woman.
The woman that works with them?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Kat. What they're doing with their website. They're trying to buy it.
Yeah.
Was it Morgan Edge was trying to buy it?
Yeah, for $13 million or something.
Yeah. And I really like rich Jimmy Olsen.
Yes.
He really makes me laugh. Oh, and also we have Lois's father being attacked for some reason.
Yeah, by someone. I have no idea who that is. Do you know
No,
who it is?
no, I have no idea either.
That's a really gay hat.
I think it's like a Spec Ops thing.
Oh. Why is he wearing a hat then?
I mean, maybe add a little flair.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
But, I mean, I like this book. The doorway at
Yeah,
the
what's
beginning,
going on with the door?
I have no idea. You know who that bitch was? I'm pretty sure that's that bitch from Supergirl who's in the middle of the earth.
Oh, okay.
Is that who that is?
That would make sense.
I'm pretty sure that's who it is. I'm not positive.
That's what it looks like to me.
But, I mean, pick it up for the cover alone. It's only $2.99.
Yeah. You can't go wrong
We
with
should just
it.
high five for $2.99 books every time.
Yes.
And this was actually my pick of the week.
Really?
I loved this book. Thunderbolts 22. You read it just a couple minutes ago, or an hour or so ago.
I really liked it. I liked how they screwed over Mephisto in the end.
Not only do I like how they screwed over Mephisto, I like how the leader made him look like a bitch.
He did.
It was
He really did.
absolutely awesome. The art in this book worked, too.
It did. It's pretty.
Although, at certain points, I felt like Mephisto was again Super Saiyan. Did you catch on to that?
He looks like Vegeta. I'll give him
How
that.
awesome would Vegeta running hell be?
I'm sure he already does.
I like the Punisher Elektra storyline as well.
I really like the odd job team there is. Like, Leader and Ghost Rider,
And Venom.
Venom.
Well, Ghost Rider wasn't part of the team until the end of this book.
He did join at the end.
Which, beautiful touch, and it has to be a Soleil input, was when his head fire turned red.
Yes.
Because their team color is red.
Yes.
That's such a brilliant touch to put on this book. And it's just, I mean...
I almost want to jump back on this after reading that, but...
Well, did you see... I didn't like the bike that Ghost Rider made, though.
I like that he made it out of the bones.
I mean, it was a little too 90s Ghost Rider for me. And, like, even though I joke about not liking Ghost Rider and, like, all these bad Ghost Rider jokes, I really liked him in this. And if he stays part of this team, I'll enjoy it. I also didn't like... Although this is my pick of the week, I still gotta punch holes in it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I didn't like how Strong Guy, just like, oh, I'm gonna fight you with every bone in my body. Next page, I give up.
Is he as strong as Hulk?
Fight. See, I think he might be...
Empowered by being the ruler of hell?
Oh, no, he's definitely very strong. He's not as strong as Hulk. I'm sure he
His
could put
name's
up...
Strong Guy. He's obviously strong. We know this.
I'm sure he could put up a good fight. I don't know his exact power levels, though. Maybe we'll check the encyclopedia at the end of this.
Okay.
But I don't know his exact power levels. I don't know how strong he is, but it's like he put up an awesome fight, and then he was like, okay, you win.
Well, Red Hulk talked him out of it, you know?
See, I don't know if it was talking him out of it. He just had him in a chokehold.
That's true. I feel like I missed something, but...
But I mean, I like it. I do. I like the team a lot. And I like how, when this book started, you were on this, right?
Yeah, it was horrible.
It was Way.
It was horrible.
And Way tried to bring that jokey Deadpool to the front of the team.
Yeah, no
This
need for that.
isn't a book for Deadpool to be the head of the book. This is an amazing book for Deadpool to be a side guy. A couple issues ago, he had a little side story where he went to get a piece of pizza and ended up killing about hundreds of people. Great. And then they didn't talk about it. He just has these little parts, and that's all you need out of him.
Yeah,
for this
I
book.
thought he fit in there very well. He had a couple
one-liners,
and you know he
worked.
fought, and it was.
and he's a badass.
Yeah,
As long as you have Deadpool being a badass and not being an idiot, you're gonna have a good Deadpool.
exactly. I think he fits together well.
I mean, I recommend this book, but if you hop on this issue, you won't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe next issue. I don't know what they're doing next issue.
What's the
Ghost Rider joined the team, so they might be doing a new mission because it seems like they finished this one up. And I'm starting to like Red Leader, which I feel like it's gonna come back to bite me. We'll talk about Mighty Avengers here.
Yeah, we got a Mighty Avengers 7 here. And the whole reason I even got on this book was for She-Hulk, because she was on the variant cover of issue 1.
And you said She-Hulk hasn't appeared till last issue.
Yes.
The end of last issue.
I think she showed up in 5. One panel in 5. This issue, it was alright, okay. White Tiger, who we looked up, some Ava something.
Ava Leah or something
Yeah,
like
because
that.
I'd never heard of her before.
No.
But
I didn't even. I thought she was a white Black Panther. That's what I would have called her.
well, apparently she has this tiger god she harnesses the power from, and once a month, she has to let the tiger god take over her body.
So hold on. Female character has to do this thing once a month.
It's just one night. It's just one night. Okay. Okay. Well, her brother was the other white tiger, I guess, and was killed.
Well, I think the first White Tiger, the one that we looked up, who was in Marvel Kung Fu magazine, black and white Kung Fu magazine in the early 70s.
Yes.
I think had the same last name as her. I can't remember offhand.
Okay, that's probably her brother.
But he turned into a tiger.
What?
that was his power.
What a strange character.
He turned into a white tiger. But I don't think it was her brother. I think it might have been her father, to be honest with you.
Well, either way, her brother was a white tiger, and I guess some criminals killed her parents and shot her to get back at them. She lived, and I guess the whole thing of this story is the tiger god is going to go get revenge against the guy who is Mace.
Was She-Hulk in this issue?
She-Hulk was in this issue.
Was?
Yes, and she actually fought, and Jen Walters was in this issue. It was fantastic.
So, 2.5 panels?
No, she had about 4 pages.
Not sure.
She had dialogue, and lawyer dialogue. It was pretty fantastic.
Is that book $2.99?
No, it's $4.99 or $3.99.
So, is 3 pages of Jen Walters and She-Hulk
I would
worth-
not recommend this to anybody.
But you're staying on it.
I have to.
Now that you have your She-Hulk fix, though, couldn't you relinquish this?
Yeah, but she's not in a lot. Okay, she's in this and She-Hulk, and I'm pretty sure that's about it right now.
I mean, you can always go back and read FF.
I could go back and read FF, but again, I don't know. If this doesn't start picking up a little bit, I'm probably gonna drop it. Because $3.99 for this is just
Did I just talk
stupid.
you into dropping this book?
No, I've been thinking about
10 minutes ago, you were like, yeah, I love this book, I'm on it. Well, I don't know if you said love. 10 minutes ago, you were like, yeah, I'm keeping this book.
I
She-Hulk,
never said I
She-Hulk,
love it.
She-Hulk.
I bitched about this book for like 6 months.
Because She-Hulk wasn't in it.
I know, it was totally upsetting. But don't jump on this. It has to be canceled soon.
Well, consider the fact you didn't even say, hey, you should read this before the pod.
It was. I'm not gonna make you suffer through this. It did make
The cover's nice. I like the cover.
Did make a reference to like Spectacular Spider-Man number 82.
Did it have a little editor's block?
Yes,
I like when they did that.
I did enjoy that. It said it was before I was
Who's
born.
writing that?
So, Ewing.
Patrick Ewing. Dunking on him.
But yeah, don't get this unless you really, really, really love She-Hulk or Luke Cage.
Well, I don't even know if you can get it if you really love She-Hulk, because she's not even barely in it.
Okay, if you really love Luke Cage, get this because he's the only one who's like tolerable in this.
All right, that was it for last week's books. You want to talk about these back issues here?
Yeah,
You read more X-Men Legacy.
I did.
Did you read all these?
I read all 5 of them.
You read 4 to 8.
It started out as a horrible, dragging journey. But I hate to admit this, but I really ended up enjoying it.
It's blossoming.
Once Blindfold came into the mix, like for real,
Yeah.
and they started having a little romance,
It's gorgeous.
it really picked up.
And these covers, man. These covers are just great.
The covers are amazing.
See, I'm just worried that, like, when you started feeling like it was going really downhill, is that when people stopped getting this book? Because this was a monthly book. It wasn't bi-weekly. It didn't have people time to, oh, should I get that? Should I not get that?
See, I would have.
They probably jumped off. And then it got great.
Even up to, what is she's that
That's
one?
6.
Even up to 6. Like, it started just getting good in 6.
Yeah.
You know, in 6 months of, not really feeling it, being confused.
I mean, the first 2 or 3 may have been bi-weekly. But either way,
the
first
whole
3 or
arc
4
comes to
months.
circle. You end up finding out the floating eyeballs are, I guess, like a manifestation of Blindfold's brother.
Yeah.
Who takes over 2 kids he saved. It it really came together very well, but
It took a while to get there.
yeah, and there's nothing that would lead you in that direction.
So are you telling me you would like more of these to read?
Yeah, I'll read it.
Wow.
I'll read it.
Wow.
I don't know about 5 of them, but
Yeah, well, we don't have to go that far. And then I read the first Preacher trade, Gone to Texas, and it collects Preacher 1 to 7. Now, upon finishing reading this, I set it down. How have I not heard anything about this?
was it that good?
It being as good as it is, I've only heard minor rumblings here and there. This is one of the best put together books I've ever read. This was so polished from the first issue. It felt like it was running for 50 already.
Really?
It just everything is on point. All the dialogue is on point. You start to see some things coming, but even when they happen, you like seeing it. It was great. Do you know anything about Preacher?
No, I don't.
Apparently God has left heaven, and God left heaven right after a saint or an angel had sex with a demon, and they gave birth to this thing called Genesis, which is basically a comet with a baby's face, is how they describe it.
All right.
It escapes from heaven, comes down, and possesses Preacher. Although he's still himself, but now he has like the power of God. Like he can just look at people and say something, they have to do it. He teams up with his ex-girlfriend and a vampire. A pretty badass vampire named Cassidy.
Oh.
And they're just kind of running around dealing with stuff, trying to figure out, what the deal is. And there's also this heavenly hitman hunting them. I can't remember his name offhand. It's a pretty badass name though, but he's like an old school gunslinger type of guy.
No.
And he just gets in, he just barrages with the police. They shoot him hundreds of times. No bullets even hit him. The vampire tries to punch him in the face and breaks his entire hand. It's just a great book all around. Like, you need to read this. And I mean, the art is what you would expect from the times. Because
when's it from?
If I want to say late 90s was when the first couple ones came out. And I mean, that's just stereotypical of, late 90s.
Yeah, it looks like it.
96. Just 95, 96. So mid 90s. But it was fantastic. And I could see why. If the rumors are true that this is becoming a TV show. I don't know how they're going to do it, though, because there's so much gore and so much profanity in this. The amount of gore is unbelievable. And there's a lot of weird stuff that happens, but the characters are just so perfect. Like, you could tell when Garth Ennis read these characters, he knew what he wanted to do with them long term. And it's fantastic. I recommend this trade. I looked for the singles after this. The earliest one I found was like number 8 for $35.
Jeez. It's one of those.
So but then again, you got to think Vertigo 96.
Yeah, they're probably low prints.
It probably did nothing. They probably printed 100 of them.
Probably still sitting on the shelves.
Well, I don't know about still. But I mean, fantastic. I might let you borrow this after you're done with X-Men Legacy or whatever else you want to do.
I'm going to have to get you some back issues to read.
Yeah, you do. It was definitely different than anything I read, though. I finished Confederacy of Dunces.
How was that?
It just ended.
It just ended?
It just kind of ended.
Like mid-sentence. Just...
Yeah. I mean, like, I get where they were coming about with it, and I get how it ended, but it just kind of ended. They built me up, and then just left me.
Oh.
Like, they jerked me off, and then left right before I was done.
Nobody likes literally blue balls.
It was still a fantastic read, and I would recommend it to people who like reading. And
wow.
I still understand why it won a Pulitzer, because it is that good. It was very well written.
Maybe you just didn't understand the ending.
Trust me, I understand the ending.
Oh.
It just happened.
It just... one of those.
It happened quickly, I think is what it was. It happened too quickly. For as long as some of the things were drug out in that book, the ending, done. That was my issue with it, maybe. Moving on to news. Have you watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I didn't watch the newest one.
What the fuck? We can't talk about any of this.
I saw... What? What?
Which one did you see? What's the last one you saw?
Where we find out that the black guy is Deathlock.
Okay, the one that I wanted to talk about before that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's finally going somewhere, I feel like.
Well, did you see that's what NBC is trying to promote? Not NBC, ABC. Because that's who has, right, ABC?
I think.
They said, the show that everybody wanted it to be is what it's becoming. That's their promotion.
Wow.
I guess they ran an ad at the Emmys that rebranded the show as Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. storyline, Uprising.
I feel like, I mean, I like Whedon, and he can do groups well, but I feel like they didn't give him enough freedom with like, super characters, you know?
Well, see, they didn't want it to be that, and the show needed its time to establish itself.
I think they set up the characters, but it's just been too long since we finally get someone.
Did you see? I wanted to talk about who came in at the end of the last issue, that last episode.
Was it Sif?
No, she's coming next episode.
Oh, boy.
It's why she's coming.
Why she's coming?
Okay, can I just break it to you?
Yeah.
Lorelai, Enchantress's sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one who Loki had, not in the movie verse, mind you. The one who Loki had seduced Thor so she could take the throne.
Okay.
Lorelai showed up, and there were like newlyweds at some hotel, and she's like, "Is that your bride?" He's like, "Yeah, I love her more than anything." And she's like, "Drive me this way, go." And he went left the bride there. So she's there to do something. That's why Sif's coming. I imagine Sif's coming to hunt her.
See, that's
which
when
is
start
awesome.
getting good.
Yeah.
Start getting good.
And I mean, I was super stoked on that.
I hope they like pull out all the stops for the end of the season, so we get a second season.
See, I think we almost have to get a second season. I feel like we have to.
Well, I mean, there's quite a few Whedon shows that don't get.
I think
enough
the problem is they didn't know what kind of audience they were going to have at first. And the show is successful. I read numbers. The show is successful.
Yes.
It's just not the blockbuster breakout hit they wanted.
It's getting beat by NCIS still, which really makes me mad. I hate NCIS.
I've never watched a show in my
Don't
life.
ever watch that show. It is the dumbest thing.
But I think they finally recognized who their audience is. They recognized who they're making the show for, and they're going to start aiming it that way. Because I thought the first 2 episodes, just mind-blowing. They were amazing. And then it went downhill a bit. And then when we had that Coulson kidnapped storyline,
Yes.
that was excellent. But then it just, I don't know, it felt like they were just coasting.
Yeah, I feel like they had a bunch of episodes where there wasn't really any build-up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't leading towards anything. It just felt like it was just filler.
Yeah, it did. And I hope this is what it was filling for, though. I hope this is killer.
I hope, and they still revealed that Skye has some sort of powers. I'd like to her maybe season finale. We see her do something finally, you know, and leave us.
See her turn into the Phoenix.
Wow.
New writer Brian Michael Bendis.
Whoa.
Joss Whedon gone, Bendis
Won't
in.
go anywhere.
I got more stats for you.
Oh.
There was that comic distributor convention last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
More comic shops opened than closed in 2013.
Wow, that's good.
They said comic sales are up 10%. Graphic novels are up 6.5%. Book sales are up 20%, and merch sales are up 23%.
It's all that Walking Dead.
You know what this means? It's time to open a shop.
I was gonna say, when's ours opening?
It's the comic sales are like last year into this year. 2 years ago into last year, I think comic sales were up like 15%. So it's not up as much as it was, but it's still up regardless.
Up is good.
But they said like the number of shops open to close was like 1% higher.
Well,
Which it's still a win.
it's still better than nothing.
It's still a win because their shop's still opening and succeeding apparently.
I wish there was more comic shops because our selection around here is.
All right, I don't want to say anything bad about this comic shop. The one comic shop we went to last week after we finished the pod.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, the best comic shop in the area. I ask a simple question about how the owner feels about 3D covers. Doesn't even know they're coming.
Yeah.
How does me, as just a reader of comics, know more than the merchant themselves?
They feel. I feel
It's
like
wrong.
They were out of the loop.
It's wrong.
You know.
And this owner didn't even know why the last ones were back-ordered.
Well. You know. you know. I don't want to badmouth anything.
No, I mean, it's it's without a doubt the best shop in the area.
It is. I can't even argue that. It is the best shop around here.
Even if there were other shops around, I'd probably still go to this shop.
It depends on the prices.
Well, I'm not buying back issues there.
Okay.
Maybe convention stock.
Even those.
But, I mean, prices there, like I said, I got super lucky the first couple times I went there. I got New Mutants 98 for what? $20?
Yeah, I think. And now it's on the wall
Now it's on the wall for 150?
Exactly.
But you have to find, like, I got that Teen Titans number 5 for like $3.
Yeah.
That you can find things there.
When they have that half off day or whatever.
That's good, yeah. When they have sales, it's great. But other than that, no.
Yeah, it's really, really
Then
stingy.
again, though, I mean, it's not a high foot traffic area. It's not like she can make that money by lowering the prices either.
It's true. And she doesn't have a lot of, like, fantastic wall books. I mean, she has some.
I mean, there's some good ones there.
But there's no, like...
But, it is without a doubt the best shop in the area. And it's... I mean, I love the people there, as well as the owner. I just don't think it's right that I should know more about what's coming than she should.
That's true. I mean, can't argue with that.
I guess that's the end of that conversation. Did you see Starlin has signed on to do, they're calling it the Thanos Annual, and it's going to be a prequel to his original graphic novel about Thanos.
Ooh, didn't he just do a Thanos annual, like, last year?
What are you talking about?
There was a... I swear to God, there was, like, a Thanos annual last year.
They reprinted Thanos Quest. Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe... No, I thought there was something else. Maybe it didn't get printed. Maybe it was the one that got canceled.
Probably.
Remember that one?
No.
Okay. Well, guess I'm alone on this.
But this is it's a prequel to the original graphic novel he's doing.
How do you have a prequel? I thought that that Thanos and Death story.
That's just a prequel to Thanos himself.
Yeah, but I mean that pretty much.
But whatever I can't remember the name of Infinity. It's obviously called Infinity something. It has to do with Thanos, but it's called Infinity something or other, and it's a prequel to the novel. Probably just try to get people to buy the novel. I'll buy 4 of them.
That's true.
Because it's written by Starlin, drawn by Ron Lim.
You and your Starlin boner guy.
We all know Ron Lim and Jim Starlin are creatively on the same page. Ron Lim, you know Ron Lim?
No.
He drew Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet,
Oh, okay.
all of the Infinity books.
Okay.
And a lot of the original Thanos story as well, because the original Infinity Saga, Ron Lim drew most of it when Starlin was drawing it. And Ron Lim has a lot of the same creative tendencies as Starlin, and I feel like he's very influenced when Starlin talks to him about it. But I mean, I'm super excited about it. Pick it up, $4.99. It's only $4.99. It's a non-annual. Pick it up, double size.
This guy.
I want She-Hulk.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't She-Hulk. I'll pick it up just to make you happy.
As we talked about earlier, Thunderbolts. You liked it.
I really did like
Charles
it.
Soule
Yeah.
coming off of it. We knew one of the books was gonna have to go. We knew he was gonna have to come on off one book eventually because of his dedication to everything.
Well,
I'd rather him come off Thunderbolts than Swamp Thing.
Well, I don't know. It depends on how Swamp Thing reads this week.
Yeah, I haven't read it this week either. But he's coming off it. That was the last issue was 22. He's coming off at 27, I believe.
Oh, well.
So he still has 5 left.
Okay, then I'll still definitely think about getting on it.
And yeah, and I think it's probably gonna be like 5 issues of one story arc, and then it'll be done. You know what I mean? He probably has one story arc left with it in the tank, and then he's gonna be done with it.
As long as he stays on She-Hulk.
That's what I'm saying. He had to drop off Thunderbolts.
Understand.
We knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, he's a madman.
Did you hear the news about Scarlett Johansson being pregnant?
No.
Yeah, apparently she's pregnant, and rumor is they're rushing all of her scenes for Avengers 2 to film them all before she starts to show.
Oh, Lord. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Personally, this might sound a little weird. I wouldn't mind seeing a pregnant Black Widow running around.
I don't think that's safe for a child.
I mean, I'm not saying she's flipping and doing all this. Working in the story. I mean, her and Clint had a little,
Oh, whoa. Little lapse of judgment there. I see. That's
oh my
interesting.
God, a hawk spider?
Oh.
How scary
That is
would a
terrifying.
hawk spider be?
Oh my God. Just stop there.
Oh, man. We watched the new trailer for the new Batman game,
We did.
and the Batmobile is drivable.
You're so pumped about that.
I'm going to wreck it into everything. For as much as I hate Batman, I love those Batman games.
Apparently, I'm the only person who didn't feel like a car was necessary.
See, it's not that it was necessary. It's going to open the map up more. You don't have to... You know how fucking pissed off I got trying to fly around the goddamn place? Down and up, down and up. I'm not a goddamn bird. I want to run. I want to drive.
That's
Don't
why
make
I
me-
didn't like City. I just kept, going in the street, going back up, going in the street. And it's like, I don't even want to do this anymore.
No, it didn't. It wasn't fun. The gameplay's fun, but trying to find out where the hell you want to go is not fun.
I hope they spice up the gameplay a little bit. I mean, that combo system is...
Well, you didn't play Origins.
Is it different?
No.
Okay, exactly.
And the best fight is the one with Deathstroke at the beginning. The best boss fight is the first boss fight.
Super Joker was the best boss fight in the first one. You didn't even play the first one, did you?
Moving on.
What a dick.
Super Joker was not a good boss fight. I hated Super Joker.
Because you hate Joker. And you hate
I hate Batman. I don't hate Joker.
You hate everything Batman.
Character creation time.
Except for Clayface. Oh!
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, let's skip over Batman. Name Evoluson.
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 Yeah, like evolution, Evoluson.
Okay.
H2O fused with his blood and DNA. And in addition to like the underwater breathing abilities, whatever, he can absorb water in order to make his body function at a higher rate. He can be stronger, faster, everything. Think better. Mental capacities increase when he absorbs water. Also, he can manipulate electricity. Not harness it or control it. Like, he can't harness it or absorb it, but he can manipulate it.
I feel like we did this last week.
Listen.
Okay.
All of this is to offset the powers of his mother, Holy Smother.
Oh, there it is.
He was one of the kids that was drowned before, and when the lightning struck her in the tub, it brought him back to life.
Wow.
And fused the H2O with him.
Two-parter. I wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, see, I gotcha. And he absorbs the water, and he can manipulate the electricity. It's all to offset her. So she is the negative, he is the positive.
I like it.
And all of the consciousnesses of the kids that she drowned are in that one body.
Wow.
Evolution.
Wow. I like it. I really like it. I like the fact that you brought it together with last week.
I was stoked when I read it.
Our universe is just growing.
It is. We just need Scotty Young variants.
I was working on it, but I had a hectic week.
Nobody wants to draw like Scotty Young.
I'm drawing kid variants for all of them.
No. So
Watch me.
yes?
Yes, definitely yes.
Although it has
Hell
to
yes.
just be in her book. Or would it be his book?
I think her book.
So we're making the main character a villain.
Yes.
And then...
You don't see that very often anymore.
So technically, the good guy is the antagonist.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to write it to feel for Holy Smother.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Foundation.
I think it was a... Like, see, I didn't know if you were... I didn't want to start out by saying, the son of Holy Smother.
I like your lead up.
So I wanted to bring it around the back.
You
hit the back door.
You gotta hit the back door sometimes.
Yeah, I'm glad that worked out.
That was well played.
I did what I could there.
I'm not even...
Wrote it this morning. I honestly, I've been thinking about it since last week. I wanted to do a double-parter with the last week. I was like, you know what? A little tease action.
I like it. I like it.
You have any ad drops this week?
Actually, yes.
No.
Yes.
Hold on. You dropped Birds of Prey.
No. No drops. Because
what did you add?
Listen, I figured Avengers AI is ending. Animal Man is ending. I don't know if it's getting rebranded or whatever. And something else is ending, which I can't remember right now. But I added Silver Surfer.
Oh, that's been on my poll. I thought we talked about this.
For that all red art. I know, but I'm saying what I added. Is this your time?
When did you add this, though? Why did you add it a while ago when it came out on the site?
I just...
all right, what else?
I added Angel and Faith, Season 10. Mainly for the woman, but...
Well, no comment. Let's move on.
Okay. What else did I add? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Tried Electra?
No.
Why would you not hop on it?
I should get that. My woman really liked that. What else? Ghostbusters?
What are you doing with all these books? Are these ongoings?
Yes.
No.
They've been ongoings.
I thought you were on both of them for a while.
I was, and I wasn't really enjoying them. But
you think something's going to be different now?
Well, all the creative teams changed.
Not true.
It is.
None of those books. They all have the same creative team.
This Ninja Turtle is a different volume by different writers. So I'm hoping it's a little better. And it's a new arc. And I jumped on Punisher.
No.
Yes.
Like, but today you jumped on it?
Yes.
So you did get number 3.
I did not get
You have to
number
read
3.
that tomorrow or next week or before you leave.
Yes.
Because that came this week.
But I did get on it.
I'm excited about that.
See? Look, you're saying, ooh, this stupid. And then get Punisher. you know, crap like Black Science and
Black
stuff,
Science
and Hinterkind.
Well, Hinterkind...
Why can't I be on something?
It's iffy for me right now. I told you that's for the lady. She still hasn't read number 4. So I'm just gonna cancel and tell her, oh no, they canceled that book at number 7. I don't know what
This
happened.
guy is sleeping on the couch.
But ad drops. I didn't add anything yet. I'm thinking of the Cyclops book.
You just want that course there.
After reading that in Guardians of the Galaxy, like, I was on the fence about it. I'm still on the fence about it, but not because of the story, because of the price tag. How do you open up a Cyclops number 1 at $3.99? I get he's one of your marquee characters, but not everybody likes Cyclops.
They need to go away from this $3.99 stuff. It's
here to stay.
it's
$2.99 books
horrible.
are rare at this point. And also the new Iron Fist book.
It's a new Iron Fist book.
Yeah, it's called Iron Fist Living Weapon.
Wow,
Written and drawn by one guy.
really?
Can't remember his name offhand. But I mean, that's $3.99. I think.
Jesus.
Like, I'm on the fence about both these books. If I drop something, maybe. Other than that, I don't think I can.
If Marvel gave us $3.99 books with covers like DC, the nice, like, thick and really glossy
Even
ones.
that's not enough for me.
No, but it would sweeten the deal a little bit, you
I
know.
don't know how sweet the deal. It would ease it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah,
Rinse a little salt off the wound.
That's fine, but I mean, they're not even trying.
No, they're
They're not even trying.
Well, no, they can say they give us the digital.
I don't care about
Exactly,
digital.
but DC charges $4.99 for their combo packs.
Yeah, but you can opt out of them.
Yeah, but that's another $1 though. That's like saying DC's saying their base book is $3.99, and if you want a digital, it's $4.99. Marvel's saying, hey, our book's $3.99, but you get a digital.
Yeah, but give me $2.99. You keep your digital for real.
Oh, I'm not arguing.
I know you're not.
I don't read
We have this
digitally.
conversation all the
I
time.
don't read digitally. What else we're gonna? Oh, we're gonna look up Strong Guy.
Strong guy. Good old strong guy.
Say something about She-Hulk. Plug She-Hulk while I get this.
Somehow She-Hulk 2 came out this week. Didn't get a chance to read it. But issue 3 looks like it's leading up to a Doom encounter, which is hopefully going to be pretty good. The cover art's amazing. The interiors have a lot to
You are just
decided.
dying. You're dying right now.
But no, we're going to get Brand some back issues of She-Hulk to read.
I have some. I read the Man-Thing issue.
Yeah, we're going to get you... That's sensational. You need some Greg Horn drawn She-Hulk, so when we go to con...
Strong Guy. First appearance, New Mutants 29, but we know that's probably not true either.
Yeah, it's probably not true.
Real name, Guido Carosella. He's a special enforcer for X-Factor. Height, 7 feet. Weight, 750 pounds.
Sweet Jesus, the Big Show.
Special powers and abilities. Absorbs kinetic energy. Failure to release it quickly causes physical distortions and damages heart.
What?
Kinetic energy enhances strength. So he could have beaten Hulk.
Yeah, okay.
Because every time Hulk punches him, he gets stronger.
That's
and then
pretty
he has
fantastic.
to release it.
Or else his heart explodes or something.
Oh man,
What a
because
man.
he's so big.
Why has he got such a dumb
He's a
name?
large heart. Worked as a bodyguard for Leela Cheney. Well, didn't stop any dick from shooting anybody.
Oh! Too
Something
soon.
about Shadow King, something about X-Factor. He kept his powers after M-Day. I put him out of a job. Although his mutation causes him constant pain, he rarely shows it. He moonlights. What do you think he moonlights as? Let's just throw this in.
I don't know, like a vet or something.
Stand-up comic.
What?
It's just him standing on stage while people laugh. That has to be all it is. There's no way this dude has good jokes.
It's mainly the haircut.
His haircut is bad.
It is bad.
It's like a weird Dakin ripoff. When does Dakin come around?
Dakin's newer, isn't he?
It wasn't before 1985.
No.
So Dakin is a Strong Guy haircut ripoff.
Is Dakin in there?
I guarantee it. I mean, why wouldn't Dakin be in here?
I don't know what year that's from.
Come on now.
Don't you come now me.
Dakin, 2007 says first appearance.
I thought he was pretty new.
So 20 years.
20 years of a bad haircut.
20 years afterwards. Dakin's 5'9", 167. Who is Danson McCabe? First appearance, Marvel Team Up 93. Occupation, criminal, semicolon, exotic dancer, semicolon, second in command of night shift, which I imagine is just the strip club.
I need that first appearance.
Marvel Team Up 93. Sounds like What's Arcade's first appearance? We're not doing this.
Whoa.
We did this one time. We did this once already.
Captain Britain.
It is the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
The
The
first American appearance of Captain Britain.
Because no one cares about Arcade.
Whoa.
Well, I'm not saying I do, but...
There was a whole book based off Arcade, pretty much.
Sweet Jesus. I wasn't dissing him. I'm just saying...
You should read that.
No one else. Listen, it's hard getting through...
It's not hard to get through. You're going to start to enjoy it.
Paintbrush
You started to enjoy
ahead.
it. You started to enjoy X-Men Legacy.
If I could remember his name.
David. Legion.
I know it's... He doesn't like
They don't
being
really
called
call him
Legion.
Legion in there.
He doesn't like being called
No,
Legion.
it's David. David Haller.
David Howler.
Haller.
Howler.
Holla, holla,
Ha
holla.
ha ha.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else.
Really? That's it?
I mean, what else do you have?
I really don't have
You bring
much.
nothing to the table but the recording equipment.
Guy. You're right, I don't have it. I got some good tea, it's all gone though.
Which also wasn't yours.
No. No, it wasn't.
I mean, you bring yourself, which is all that we really need, though.
Yeah, okay. What a jerk.
Whoa. I just tried to save myself from sounding like a jerk.
You're gonna need more than that, sir.
Not true.
Gonna need more than that.
I think I'm comfortable with my position. What do you got to read next week? You know?
Well, She-Hulk #2's first thing.
You already talked about that for 25 minutes while I was looking
It needs
for the
more talk.
encyclopedia.
It's pretty fantastic.
I'm excited about Evil Empire. New ongoing by Max Bemis. Max Bemis being the lead singer of Say Anything, correct?
Yes. You have to let me read that. if
New
it's any
Moon
good.
Knight.
New Night.
Nude Moon Knight.
Nude Moon Night. New Moon Night.
Now that's a book.
Nude
Moon Knight.
Mark Spector and then Buff. Weird. Probably gonna happen.
Frenchie would be all over that.
Who's French?
Didn't you read any older Moon Knight?
I've only read the Bendis run.
Really? Frenchie was in that, wasn't
Was he?
he? Drove the helicopter around?
I don't remember.
You didn't
That was
read it?
like 2 years ago.
Well, I don't know. I didn't read that either. I jumped on Starlight. I get excited about new number ones and then read them and hate them, so we'll see how that works.
Yeah, you do that a lot.
I just critique number
And
ones
then
way too much.
You complain about it for weeks, and you're like, "Oh, give him a chance."
And
Oh,
then I
they
give
gotta
it
drop
10
it.
issues, and I'm like, I can't drop it now!
That's
It's ending in 10 issues!
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. I don't even know what else came this week. Swamp Thing.
We already talked about that a bit.
Hopefully that goes somewhere.
New Captain America. I mean, we're talking about this book next week, though.
New Captain America cover ruined by the banner.
Absolutely ruined. Not Bruce, either. Get it?
Oh. Oh.
Good one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to these X-Men Legacy. And, it's going to be it for this one.
Sounds like it.
I feel like we really dropped the ball at the end here.
We did. It was a slow week.
I don't know how many people listen this far anyway.
I know.
That means they never hear my great lines at the end. Well, it's good, because this year... This year... Because this episode, you don't have to beware of the character creation. Because Evoluson's looking out for you.